This is Faces and Stories. Remember, every face has a story worth telling. Our guest today is a very, very special and talented human being. I will let her introduce herself to you guys. Welcome to the show. This is very special for us to be hosting you. But briefly, tell us about yourself.
I'm called Andersonne. That's first. Hello, everyone. I struggle with finding the right camera all the time.
Okay.
I'm an artist. I'm trying to figure out how to answer that question because I do so many things, but I'm an artist. I am a storyteller. I am into business because I respect and love money. So bring money to me. And I always try to see how can we bring artists and communities together.
Before we dig deep into whatever you do,
Yes.
tell us about where you grew up from.
Oh, okay. I'm born and raised in Kigali. And it is one of the best places to be born in, because if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. There are no more things that are gonna come. I was born and raised in Kigali.
Okay.
You always need to tell you something interesting.
Yes.
There's nothing interesting.
I know you're trying to give some. So in the first statement, you said you're a creative person and you do a lot of creative work.
Yes.
I would like to know, when did you first realize you're a creative person?
I always never felt like a creative person because I grew up seeing a lot of creatives around me, from the TV where I was watching the Kairebgas, where I was watching Beyonce, and they always looked cool and I always felt like a nerd. So I never really felt creative because the way creativity was introduced to me was you have to be this like cool person and you have to not be good at math or sciences. So at first I never felt creative. But anything the creatives were doing, when I was doing it, I was having so much fun.
Okay.
From dancing to singing to... So I was doing it, but I always called myself, oh, no, me, I'm not an artist. It's just for fun. Until I gave myself permission, I was probably around 9 or 10, that I was like, you can be an artist and a scientist. Who said you can only be one thing? Okay. That's when I decided, probably 9 or 10, that I'm like, you know what? I'm both an artist and a nerd, and I'm okay with it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Know?
Talking about realizing or finding yourself, like from 9, 10 years old, of course, there must be something specific or someone specific, that person who was the biggest impact or something that really helped your development as an artist.
I think the first person I again have to thank a lot is Kairebga, because we grew up here in Kigali watching her on TV. She was a mom. She was dancing from Belgium to Germany to Japan and I kept watching her and I was like, that's what I want. Whatever she's doing, however she's doing it, I don't understand it yet. I'm too young, but that's what I want. Bits by bits, I kept meeting people from Kahol Karimera who introduced me to theater. Because at school, young people do theater. It's not a trained one, or it's not a proper artistic development, but it's fun and it's the first vision you're seeing of it. But then I met Kahol Karimera because I was supposed to sing. I got there and she started to train me to actually act, and I was like, I thought the job was singing. Why am I acting? But at the same time, it was so much fun. And finally, I was hanging out with the cool kids. Remember, for me, I'm a nerd.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, I'm with these cool kids where they could give us like a simple thing. They would say, act like a monkey. And all of a sudden, all of them are on 4 steps and others are standing and they're doing stuff. And I'm like, you can just do that on like a, So the first artistic development, I got it from theater.
Talk about theater. I was in the theater at some point, but I just realized theater was different for the 2 genders, male and female. I would like to know what are the challenges you faced in theater as a woman?
Theater is discipline, and I would not be Andersonne the disciplined without theater. In the creative industry, theater is stretches. Theater is unforgiving. Theater forms. Theater punches you. Theater is something I find that they call it a dying art, and it's sad. It's such, I think every artist, painter, whatever you do, you should go through theater.
Yeah.
Because it is hard for women because we're dealing with hormones. I'll say that first. Yeah, there's periods. Women understand what I'm talking about. There's PMS, which lasts like 4 or 5 days, and you're you're angry, you're struggling, and then periods you're in pain, then, so the spikes that you're having as a normal human being, as a woman, are quite challenging on stage because, like I said, they can wake up in the morning and like be a monkey.
Wow.
And in that moment, getting on the floor, you're just not reaching.
Yeah.
You could have a horrible director. It happens because movies, and you have to deal with people who are telling you what to do. And sometimes they don't take into consideration that you are on your period or whatever that is going on in your body. But it makes you, a word that I hate, but that works very well, resilient. Theater makes you super resilient. Theater teaches you fake it till you make it. People shouldn't know that you're on your period or that you have a horrible director. Figure it out. I've been in those. I've had horrible directors that just keep saying, run through, run through, again, run through. And the reason why he's saying run through is that there's a problem you're facing and you're getting stuck. And moving after it is just not working. Yep. Instead of him fixing that particular issue, because for different reasons, he's not feeling you, the actor, run, and then you look like a monkey on a loop. I don't have a better way. Or a hamster running on a wheel. Yeah. So theater is a beautiful space.
Before we leave the theater talk, I would like to know, what was the most successful theater project you worked on and why?
It's because it touched on something Rwandans are trying their best to talk about, especially people who were born after the genocide against the Tutsis. It was talking about silence. So they start by saying, let's play about silence. Let's do a play on silence. And everyone is like, how do you act silence? It was such a big thing. Then we had to deconstruct silence. Shh. And then, but we keep making sounds. And then we're like, okay, maybe let's not call it silence. Let's say talking about silence. It's a play that we did between Rwandan Germans. There's a Korean woman and people who have had to live in other countries also, Rwandans who have lived in Congo and here and there. They were talking about how they've experienced silence because of the World War. Rwandans were talking about how they've experienced silence because of the genocide. It was my favorite theater piece because we played it many times, meaning we molded, extracted, added, reduced, increased. For the first time in my life, we touched perfection. Wow. And we had been really struggling with the sound of where we were.
Who is the best actor or actress you've ever acted together on stage?
Oh, that's a good question. I've never been asked that before. So I played with Bosnians. There was Benyo, there was Snezhana, there was Leo, and Nedim. Because when Bosnians are talking or acting, they are not scared to look at the audience. They are 18, 21. Dead bodies keep being found. But they also studied theater. Okay. Universities, everything. They are properly signed in a theater house. We don't have that here. We don't have a theater house yet. Not a single one. That's why when I was in Uganda, I was like, I want to go see the theater. I want to go see the National Theater.
It's very beautiful, by the way.
And I was not able to do it. But I'm coming back to Uganda, so I will see it.
Yeah.
We have open amphitheater because Umuntu Festival happens at the memorial. Yes, so we have an open amphitheater.
Earlier on, you said you curate events. I would like to know, what was your very first event you worked on?
My very first event that I worked on was, I was trying to put Semasole on stage. Semasole had the artist. He had done a beautiful EP called Vururu. Please check it out.
And he's a very good artist.
He's amazing.
He's special.
He's, oh my God. And he had done normally in English. I met him when he had an EP. We worked on it, but he gave me a small line. We worked on it. We recorded. He was still called DK47. People don't know that.
Okay.
So he used to write in English. DK47. And he explained to me, I love Jay-Z. He doesn't write stuff. I love when artists are passionate about things.
Yes.
And he was not writing in his phone. He was singing. He just took the mic and he kept recording. And I was like, wait, do you even memorize the words in Kinyarwanda? And I wanted to put him on stage. I was like, how is it that you have something this amazing and we've never heard it live? Because I was like, the experiences I've had from theater, if I bring them to music, now I can curate events. So he had a 9 to 5 at that time. I called him and he's like, hey, my boss did not allow me. I'm so sorry. I can't make it.
Can get fired for that.
And yet I have everything. I have the venue, I have the light, I have the sound, it was at the French Institute, I have their support. So I was like, I'm not letting it go. So I call ET and I'm like, sir, do you have time? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, pull up, let me show you something. He comes, I show him what I'm thinking, and I'm like, I have had the pleasure of experiencing artist development in theater. Can you allow me to help you experience artist development in music? So then we do the first event.
Talk about first event.
Yes.
What lessons did you learn from your very first event? Because I know it wasn't perfect.
Yes.
But
yes.
I want to know what lessons you learned from the first event.
So the first show that I ever did, what did I learn from it? What I learned from it is just do it is interesting. It's a fun thing when you're starting. But please, the second show, plan. So the first one of ET went very well.
Yeah.
Because the mom was there, the French Institute, they had given me a long list because I had asked them a question. Okay, so I'm going to put these artists on stage, but how can they tour? And then they give me a long list. I ticked everything on that list, thanks to ET. So ET, wherever you are, if he watches this, thank you so much. It was his first time experiencing playing with a band. It was his first time experiencing having a crowd and having to be that vulnerable because they were literally sitting on the floor next to him, very near him. And first show, what I learned is at some point, please do some planning.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't just do it.
At some point.
At some point, do some. And second, it also taught me that you need to be excellent at delegating.
Yeah. What is the most challenging event you worked on?
Yes.
And what is the most memorable event you worked on?
That's a good one. The hardest was BK Arena because they were opening a new space, BK Lounge. And it was not yet built like how it's nicely built now. So the sound was not it.
Okay.
The space was too big. They wanted 400 people, but we started planning a little bit too late. But it is one of the biggest events I have on my CV currently and for my business also. So having to done the Andersonne experience in BK was a big deal. The most memorable one is for a totally different reason, is for Dila Dube. She had a theme. She called it, she's good. She named it African Fairy Tale. And for the first time, the French Institute was like, actually, you need to be careful on this. When you're going to sell an artist for them to tour everywhere in the world, you have to have a concept. It was the first time I experienced what is it to have a concept? Because I didn't know. So she had a concept, everything ready. She was ready. She was like, I need a photo shoot. I need this and I need stage design. So she really stretched me where I had to sit and be like, okay, African Fairy Tale. The first time she said it, for us Rwandans, we thought of the word Kirikou because we grew up watching Kirikou. But she had never watched Kirikou. So she had another definition of what for her, what it visually looked like. And it was one of the most memorable because also on top of everything professionally that she was so strong in, the electricity went twice. If you have a live band, the electricity goes, what do? She kept going. She is a beast, you don't understand. She kept going to a point where the audience by themselves put up the light of the phones, and the drummer kept going with percussions, regardless of that he was normally using the plugged one. He grabbed the djembe and he kept going. And when I tell you she kept, I looked at her and I was like, yeah, she is ready to tour. Yes, and she is an artist because it's a thing. In Rwanda, when we're thinking about artists, and I'm talking about put artists on stage, global citizen, put Rwandans on stage, what I'm trying to do is to create a ready-to-tour artist. An artist that can tour the whole of Africa, the whole of Europe. And those things are going to happen. So the best memorable one was African Fairy Tale by Dela Dube, where she showed me that she is a ready-to-tour artist.
For us to move on, we would like to know, we as the normal people, the audience, we need to know what really happens behind the scenes the guests don't see for events to happen. Briefly.
So many things. Briefly is
Mm.
this. There is a very high level need of production. Production means the cameras, they call it backlines. They have these very fancy words, but production.
Yeah.
And in production is the biggest thing. That's why an artist can go on stage in Rwanda and they're like, Kendrick Lamar sounds better than Boss Melody. That is not the truth. If we're going to talk about vocally, Boss Melody is much more stronger than a rapper. But because the production of Kendrick Lamar is stronger, he's going to sound better on stage than Boss Melody. Production. Because if there are sound engineers that can reduce and add and remove the saturation, all those things, you're going to it happens to us artists because we're so used to like cheap. They know what I mean, cheap production. When you experience, I was in France the first time I experienced something. They were opening a big new theater called Théâtre de la Ville. The first time I heard myself on proper sound, I backed off because I was like, I can't, what? Yeah. I can't be that good. But that's it. So the first thing is production. The second is money. Production is expensive. Yeah. Production is very, very expensive. And not just the sound engineers that are expensive, they are. But everything else is expensive. Gadgets, transportation, lighting. The way you see Chris Brown going on ropes. Exactly. And artists make it look so easy. Beyonce having 2,000 people on stage for Beychella. People don't understand that thing is expensive on another level. The thing she did in Dubai, and everyone was like, she got paid 25 million. And I was like, actually, with what she did, I don't know if she covered fully production. So production and money, the most, and then artist development, of course, that's the third one.
I would like to know.
Yes.
What is the hardest part about working in the creative industry?
Two things for me. The first one is being the first one to do a lot of things. This makes me sad. When you're the first one who's pushing it all the time, because this country is young. We've been through a lot, and everything I've had to being built from scratch. So sometimes when I'm talking on the camera, I'm super harsh, and people think then I'm neglecting what they've done. I am not neglecting what you have done. I am super grateful of being born and raised in this country because the level of drive and push, regardless of every heavy other thing, is beautiful to watch. But we have to be on the standard. When we're having Global Citizen, Giants of Africa, and we're having Tyler get recognized in Rwanda, that means we have the platform, we have the stage, but that we have to grow as fast. We cannot slack, because then the more we're slacking, the more we're building a reputation where Rwandan creatives are not serious. Rwandan creatives are not on that level. And I'm like, no, we are. It's a young country. Everything has to be built from scratch. So that's first. And that entails mentorship. There's a lack of mentorship in the creative industry. Everyone is self-taught. Yeah. There are serious problems that come from being self-taught and lacking mentorship. The second one is capital venture. Money. As I said, those things are expensive. And when you have people who are working tirelessly and not making money, it creates serious mental health issues. Serious ones. Because when you're putting in everything on something and you're not getting back the return of things you have spent your blood and sweat on, it's going to affect the mental. So for me, those are the two big ones.
I think I really heard your voice. It got so emotional when you're speaking about this. Now, which means we are now talking to the financial institutions in the country and the region. Yeah. To whatever they are doing, they sponsor agriculture, they sponsor everything, production industry. They should think about the creative industry, because of recent we just learned that the creative industry is also becoming part of the economy. It's a very big economy that can actually help the country, improve their GDP, everything, whatever they call it they say the financial sector. But the creative industry is huge, and it can improve the country and the livelihood of the youth. And we believe that if the financial institutions do something about it, this can change and it can improve. Yes. But now maybe almost there, we need to know, because I've really seen you're so passionate about art. Yes. But now talking about you as a person, as a human being, the whole umbrella of all the creativity you do, what impact do you hope your work has on people?
I have had the blessing of seeing it, of the impact of things that I do. I've had the blessing of seeing it, which is, like I was saying, if you're not making the money, at least you have to find something, your North Star. My North Star is this. I've had young people come to me and talk about serious mental health issues. I have seen them bloom from it. I have seen, I love to play chess. Chess is such a fun game for me. So I play chess with the art, where I created a podcast, and whatever I need, I can say it there and I can see things moving. And for that, it means everything to me. If I say a problem and other people take it serious and find solutions for it, which I have seen, it is everything to me. So that's the part I really genuinely, and of course the growth as a human being. I've experienced serious growth from creating a lot of things. Painful. All the young girls watching me on camera, I need to keep saying this. It's not all roses.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
hard. It has its thorns. But as a human being, I grow in an immense way that schools and my parents and my friends cannot give me.
You've mentioned the word mental health, I think, twice or thrice in this whole segment.
Yes.
Where do you think a person fighting mental health could go for help in this country?
Thank you so much. There are spaces for that. And I have to mention mental health, wellness, or finding it is not in it's not in one thing. I am currently going through therapy. Okay. Me personally. So there's the circle, there's different, we can put them on the camera. I have information on most of them. Some are affordable, others you need insurance because they're too expensive, but they are available.
Yes.
There is the gym, because the more you move your body, the whatever that is inside will move, things move. There is, for everyone, there's something. I created Rota, where I find most men are not comfortable with therapy, but they are comfortable sitting around a fire and talking about culture.
And that is therapy.
Money. It's therapy. It's community therapy, because that's something Africans have been doing for ages.
True.
They would sit around, talk about whatever issue is there, and find a solution. At some point, sing, dance, because there's not always problems. There's also good stuff happening. So there's community therapy that I do. There's one-on-one therapy. There is working out, pushing your body. There's different things that you can do to find wellness. And for everyone, it is different. So you have to do that exercise of finding what helps me. Swimming, singing, jumping, laughing, sitting with other people. This thing where people sit in cabaret and drink a beer, it is therapy.
True.
It is therapy, because they talk about
they reduce the stress and go home
and
happier.
You go home, you're happy. You're like, you walked in so grumpy, struggling. You walk out, you're like, it's gonna be fine. Tomorrow we'll figure it out. And that's why I love finding spaces and creating spaces for that. From Rota to music, I try to find spaces for that. Yes.
Now, maybe to finalize on this, can you please share a story, a funny story, a lovely story from your career that you will never forget?
I'll start from here. I just got a gift today.
Okay.
I love Imagery Flow. Every time I can hear, I see a gift.
Okay.
It's a house that keeps giving me gifts.
Okay.
A lovely story. I walk into Imagery Flow, and you're opening up, you're setting up bits by bits, which I like, because you don't just do it. You actually plan and you execute bit by bit. And we take pictures. You're like, Andersonne, we can take your pictures. There's a camera, and we have fun, we do stuff. And that shoot that we did, which month was it?
I think it was in July 2025. I believe so. Yeah.
I think so. I'm not sure. We will see. But
July,
in
July.
I don't remember. But that month led to where I keep seeing gifts from the December. I saw pictures of me on the beautiful Christmas tree with so many other creatives and moms and families.
Yeah.
I walked in another time and I found a nice company profile, and today I found a big one every day. And we were not prepared. I don't know if you remember, I had one outfit.
Yeah.
I took Nazil sweater. I wore it for the second so that it looks different. And yet I have to say this on camera, I had never seen my being, my soul, my essence captured on camera until I reached an Imagery Flow. And I'm not saying that to be nice. They know me at this point. They know I don't know how to. Like, every time I look at the pictures, because people will say, they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, I know. Whatever you're going to tell me, I know. I know that when I looked at them, I was just like, oh, I had no makeup on. I had my looks. There was no one helping me figure things out. And they're the best pictures I've ever been taken. Just do it is good sometimes.
Just do it. I like that. Just do it.
Just do it.
However bad it is, just do it.
It might be the best thing.
True.
It might be the best
Matter
thing.
of fact, I also tell a story.
Yes.
I think it was in a wedding.
Yes.
I was, I love candid pictures mostly. I don't pose people in weddings. So I took a picture of of the bride with some old woman and a baby. Just randomly.
Like that.
And then at the end of the day, when the bride was doing the selection, she told me it was her favorite picture in the collection.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So moving forward, I have some rapids for you.
Yes. Let's go.
These are very rapid. just answer with one word.
I got you.
Nothing serious. Not too much thinking. What's the favorite creative tool you can't live without?
Sadly, my phone.
A book or film everyone should experience.
A book. Chimamanda, any book by the woman. A film. Baldwin, James Baldwin. He's not a movie person, but the type of conversations and things he brings up, quite interesting.
What's your dream collaboration?
Ooh. Do you know why it's hard to answer that question? Most of them I've made them happen. Because when I think of something, like you said, we just do it. I wanted to work with Imagery Flow. I'm working with Imagery Flow. I wanted to work with Ndabaga. I'm working with Ndabaga. You know what? Let me say it. My biggest collaboration I want to work with Amahoro Stadium. I want to fill up Amahoro Stadium. That is my best collaboration. Yes, I want to have my festival day of 3 days and fill it up for three nights.
Are you a morning or night person?
I am a morning person. Suddenly, I grew up very, very night person. I prayed last year when I was going through my serious burnout, and I prayed, God, help me be a morning person. I want to be the first one who gets up.
Morning
every
people,
day, every day, 5 in the morning. Yes.
So coffee or tea?
Tea. Born and raised in Rwanda. Tea. Sorry.
Like I said.
Tea. You too?
Tea is the best. This is very interesting.
Yes.
That one person you would love to plan an event for?
There's someone I'm trying to make that happen right now. Should I say that person or someone else? Mike Kaibura. Because he has in Hwaza, he has a new EP in Hwaza. And he had us in the Amahoro Stadium lounge. The sound was not it, and the people were making noise. So I'm making it happen. I'm talking to the team. I genuinely want to put him on the Andersonne experience and people and experience my Kaihura.
So finally, if your creative journey were a movie, what would the title be?
Definitely not Just Do It, because that's Nike's trademark.
I know.
Oh, I have it. I lived. Everything I ever wanted, I did it. Every dream I ever dreamed, I chased it. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it did not. I had my own burnouts, depression, whatever. But my movie would be called I Lived.
I'm curious, where do you get the words from?
I allow that first thought to come. I allow it. The first thought to come, I allow it. Then later on, I can sit and brainstorm and ask people, but the Andersonne experience, experiment with Andersonne. It's not even mine. Experiment with Andersonne is KFK who said it, kid from Kigali. Because he was his first thought. He was like, you have the Andersonne experience, and this one you don't know what you're doing, so you're experimenting, so why not? The Andersonne experiment. It was his first thought.
And because you always work with what is there, you move forward.
Because that's where creativity lives. That's why it took me years to understand I am creative, because everyone is creative. The first thought, if you allow it to come clean, don't judge it, don't erase it, allow it. The first thought is where creativity lies.
Repeat that in the camera.
So the first thought is where creativity lies.
Wow. All right. You've heard it from her. Thank you so much for listening in. Thank you so much for following. This is Faces and Stories. Remember, I told you every face has a story worth telling.
Yeah.
We had someone different last week. We have someone different this week. We have someone different and unique next week. So this is the Andersonne. Make sure you follow her on her socials.
Yes.
Go to Rota. Rota is a very interesting initiative.
Every Monday,
very
culture
interesting
night.
initiative. It's a culture night.
Yeah.
Learn about,
Everything.
your heritage. Learn about Rwanda.
Your roots. Where do you come from?
Thank you so much. So, like I said, this was Andersonne and this is the Faces and Stories. I'm your host, Musa. Bye-bye.